Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Play on Podcast Football Edition. In this part, we're going to have a review of the action which happened in the Ulster Football Championship over the weekend. Monaghan beating Fermanagh by 1 goal and 21 points to 14 points. And in the other game, Armagh beating Antrim by 4 goals and 15 points to 14 points. And as Monaghan and Armagh are now playing each other in the Ulster Semi Final, me and Luke decided that we're going to review these games together and then preview the Ulster semi-final between these two counties. Luke, what did you make of these two games?
Yeah, it was. First of all, starting I suppose with Monaghan, I thought it was a very accomplished performance by Monaghan. I thought they looked very, very professional in this, and they look fairly. They look to be in a fairly good place right now. They've managed to mix the experienced kind of heads in that team with some really, really good young players coming through. In particular, a special mention, I suppose, to Armagh Monaghan at the weekend, who I thought looked like he looks very, very good. A complete natural corner forward, and he looked a constant threat the weekend, scoring 3 points. And as well, you got to mention Killian Lavelle in midfield, kicked an absolute huge score as well in the second half. And he looks some player as well. So they will be delighted kind of with the performance, but the only concern, I suppose, Conor McManus limping off and then being seen kind of leaving the ground on crutches as well after the game. That's a huge worry, and I suppose based off the images at the end of the game, there seems to be no way that he'll be playing against Armagh.
Yeah, and that's a huge blow. As you've said, Monaghan looked fantastic. Their half-back line is immense. I've mentioned I really, really like the wing-backs, Carl O'Connell and Ryan McInnesby. I think they're outstanding. And yeah, they look in good shape apart from Conor McManus's injury. On the other side, what did you make of Armagh's game?
Yeah, look, I suppose that Armagh they were kind of coming against an Antrim team that had actually kind of quietly been building a huge amount of momentum. They had an excellent league campaign, albeit in Division 4. And look, this was kind of another kind of banana skin albeit that Antrim Armagh in Division 1 were like heavy favourites to win this. So they were coming against a team that were definitely going to put it up to them, and like it did that, which did materialize. But yeah, look, ultimately in the end, I thought the goals scored by Armagh kind of illustrated the rootlessness to them this year, and they essentially came through it with flying colours.
Yeah, definitely, and I think there's serious, progress being made there by Antrim. You can see the improvements that they've made under Enda McGinley in such a short space of time. There were definitely huge moments in that game. There was a 6-point turnaround. Antrim had a goal shot stopped by good Armagh defending. It ended up with Stefan Campbell's pass into Rory Grugan, and that was Armagh's opening goal. As well as that, Rory McCann, he had a goal chance, brilliant save by Blaine Hughes, who was outstanding. And, then Armagh kind of put them away. A penalty by Rian O'Neill after an Antrim kick-out mistake. Conor Turbett and Tiernan Kelly then finished Antrim off. But one thing that Antrim showed is that Armagh are vulnerable to a team with pace. And I'm looking at that Monaghan team. Stephen O'Hanlon has unbelievable pace. Ryan McInnesby and Carl O'Connell have serious pace. Conor McCarthy has serious pace. And Armagh showed that they were vulnerable to it against a Division 4 side. So what can Monaghan do with that?
Yeah, it's a very good point. I think that there were times like Antrim caused serious problems for that Armagh defence, but ultimately they kept them out entirely. There was no goals conceded though, and yeah, look, and then themselves at the other end, they racked up a huge score. 4-15 is going to win pretty much every game that you're playing. So yeah, look, I do think that there are definitely positives from an Armagh perspective as well, considering that like the likes of Aaron Murnan and Stephen Campbell probably didn't play to the level that they are capable of as well. So there's improvement to be had there too. So yeah, look, I do think they'll be happy enough going into the game against Monaghan. But I suppose if we're going to touch on that game, I was just really impressed with Monaghan at the weekend, and I know before the Ulster Championship, I had backed Armagh to go pretty far and get to the provincial final this year, but I'd probably now be leaning more towards Monaghan, even if Conor McManus is out injured.
Yeah, I'm sticking to my guns. I picked Monaghan to make the Ulster final this year, and I'm going to stick to that. I think they're going to beat Armagh. As good as Armagh have looked, I think that Monaghan just they have a little bit more experience about them, and Armagh, have a bit of a mental block against winning the biggest game of their season. So I'm going to go with Monaghan to win this game coming up. Interesting enough as well, when you're talking about pace, Monaghan attack from deep like no other team I've seen. Kieran Duffy managed to get himself straight through on goal. Took a good shot, well saved by the goalkeeper for Fermanagh. It came back out. Jack McCarron fisted the goal. He kept up his brilliant form from the league game. And Carl O'Connell and Ryan McInnesby, as we've mentioned, they attack, ferociously. And Monaghan they seem to have threats from all over the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, is that Monaghan are in a far better place. Kind of, I know that McManus is absolutely huge loss, but you look kind of the talent that they've got through in recent years as well. Like that, they are in a far better place to kind of absorb a loss to McManus as well. We haven't even talked with Conor McCarthy and Jack McCarron yet as well, who are like complete natural forwards up there as well. So I think they, even if they do lose McManus for it, they will still have plenty of firepower up front to stay in this game. And defensively, they look so good. I thought Connor Boyle and fullback is continuing to be an absolutely key member of this team as well. Kind of Darren Hughes might be a bit of a doubt after the weekend, seems to limp off as well. But I think they should. Their panel seems to be strong enough to be able to swallow one or two kind of absentees, even if they are key men.
Yeah. So now they're going into the semi final. Monaghan against Armagh. Who are we picking to win this one?
Yeah, look, I'm going to change, and I'm going to probably agree with you and say that I think Monaghan are going to grind out a win against Armagh, where they shut them down kind of up front, and then they probably win a typical Ulster Titanic kind of battle.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that it will be a Titanic battle. I think Armagh are going to fight to the very end. I just think Monaghan, they have a little bit more experience. They have players with Ulster Championship medals, and Armagh, I don't think will have enough. They're missing huge players, the likes of Jamie Clark. Are just, a blow that would hurt any county. He's such an outstanding footballer, and I think Armagh are going to fall just a little bit short, but not by much.
Yeah, absolutely. But I suppose it's, when looking at this game, it's absolutely mouth-watering kind of going into this, and there's no way you can comprehensively call this game. And but the fact is that any kind of certain circumstance, a refereeing decision can completely kind of determine the outcome to this game. So I think that this is it's definitely one that you cannot really be missed, and it has the potential probably to be the best championship game of the season so far. Kind of, we've already talked about this, but most of the games in the championship so far have kind of gone to as predicted, and we haven't really had two really really even teams in a huge game play each other just yet. So that's the game, I suppose, that I'm looking forward to most going forward.
Yeah, I think you're dead right saying that. I think this is the first championship game so far of the year that doesn't have an obvious favourite to win. And I think that makes it, in my mind, the game to watch when it comes up. So, guys, that's our review of the Ulster football action. We hope you listened to all our other reviews and we hope you enjoyed them. We hope you enjoyed the full podcast, and make sure you watch all the games which take place over the weekend. They should be crackers. Luke, thanks for coming on.
No worries. Thanks very much.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed the podcast, and take care.